Welcome to Old Guys Gentlemen Flex Fountain Pens, and I think this is episode 30. Might be 31. I think it's 30, but I'll change it in the screen here so you know for sure. Let's say it's 30. And it's my birthday. I don't know if that counts for anything, but it's a good day here in Portland, Oregon. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Waterman Stateleigh. It's a Taperite pen made in the region of 1945, 1946, something like that. Might be a little bit later than that. It's a pen that I got from a nib grinder who worked on the tip. He does that for all of his tips. And maybe, I guess I can forgive. He does a little video of the pens that he works on, and this one looked like it was black. I was looking for a black one, and let's see if I can change the light here so you can see it. Yeah, it's gray. It's like a really dark gray. In fact, it's kind of interesting. I don't give this pen enough credit. When it sits in my pen rack, it looks like a plain gray pen. And I keep thinking, well, I think I'm going to sell that thing because it just doesn't look that great. But when I pull it out and start using it and holding it, it's a really nice, deep, rich gray, if there is such a thing. And it's got a gold-filled top. It's a pretty nice pen. So a little bit more about it. It was part of the Taperite series of pens, where they were making nibs that were hooded, although they continued to make I guess this is called an unhooded or an open nib, and it happens to be a fine Waterman Ideal pen or nib. You can just barely see a fine there at the base of the pen. It's funny, I tap this to bring it in focus. It's a 14K fine nib. I'm doing this on a Rhodia. I think it's a web notebook. I like the Rhodias and the Clairefontaine papers because they're very fountain pen friendly, and they won't show through. They don't feather. It's nice paper. And the ink that I'm using on this thing, by the way, this is a little bit different. I'm providing a little bit more information. I see other reviewers do that, and I guess I should too. The ink I'm using is a Pelikan 4001 Royal Blue ink. And I've said in other videos, the reason why I like this is because it's wet in the pen and not so wet on the paper. With this particular nib, it's wet in the pen and wet on the paper. I'll talk about that in a second. It writes from XX, sometimes maybe XXX if you really have a light hand, fine, up to 3 bold plus. And at some point, if you go beyond this, it starts railroading. Got a really nice flex to it. It's not a wet noodle. I think it was sold as a wet noodle, but it's really just like a full flex, which is more than enough for me. The dimensions, capped length, it's 13.3 centimeters. Uncapped length is 12.5. A little bit short for my taste, but perfectly fine for writing with. I like it posted. Posted length is 15.7 meters. The section diameter is 9 millimeters, and the barrel diameter is 1.2 millimeters. So nice grip on this thing. So I'm just not quite touching each finger at the nib. So I like it like that, or a little bit larger than that. Okay, so why don't I do some writing? A little on the scratchy side. Do some more caps in here. So there's that. So it's a nice pen. It's pretty wet. Here, let me show you. Because it's been a little while since I did this first one. It's okay, and I could probably, I'm looking at this thing, I bet I could heat set this and maybe get it to be a little bit more behaving. I might also try some other inks, but it's not bad. You just have to remember to either blot it or give it a few minutes to dry before you move on. It's definitely not the wettest pen that I have, but this is on the edge of being a little bit too wet for me. Well, I know some of you really like gushy wet pens. But anyhow, nice pen. It's the Waterman Taperite Stateleigh in the mid to late 1940s. And it's a nice pen. So I hope you got some value out of that. And until next time, thank you for watching. Oh, and if you could subscribe, that would help me out a little bit. Okay, thanks. Bye.